Yep, it's me, Gma Rides, with a trip down memory lane.
Okay, so this is one of the side roads that you have to take to get to Salvation Mountain, which is, as you've heard exhaustively by now, the Harley Davidson Challenge stop that I'm doing right here and right now. I'm turning left on Kalen in a mile. Huh. Okay. I'm certainly glad I'm getting in and out of here before dark. I don't see a lot of street lights out this way. It smells like dirt. Probably with good cause. There's a lot of dirt. So Salvation Mountain is primarily made of old household waste and leftover paint, and it's part of an art installation at Slab City out here. I don't think I'm going to have enough time to look around too long because, like I said, I don't want to be out here after dark because, you know, I'm old. I want to be able to see my way back. And here we go left. Interesting though, huh? Yeah. Nothing that way, nothing this way. This better not be a wild goose chase, man. We're going to turn right in a quarter of a mile on Rutherford Road. Wow, this is like one step above a gravel road. Oh, Rutherford Road. Stories I can tell about this one. It was kind of interesting. That guy that didn't want his motel room and swapped with me does test rides for one of the major motorcycle manufacturers, and he really nice guy. He and his wife travel a lot, and so he sent me somebody's information if I wanted to write any short stories. I mean, you know me, I love to spin a good yarn. Man, wouldn't that be annoying if I'm not going to the right place? 9 minutes away. We're going to be taking a left in 2.2 miles. This looks like a middle of nothing. Holy cow. Well, we don't turn here. We just keep going. Okay, this road's a little bit better. I'm a happy girl. So now we're taking a left on California 111. That's the side of the Salton Sea. I probably should have come down anyway. It was just too hot to be able to think clearly earlier when I was starting to do my route. And I think my lunch fell off my bike. I'm a little upset about that. So that means before I hit a motel, I'm going to have to go find a grocery store and buy something to eat. Or I'm going to wind up having rice and nori and butter for dinner again. Which, I mean, it was good last night, but 2 nights in a row, enough is enough. And I don't have anything for breakfast tomorrow anyway, so. Oh, it smells like grass out here now. This is amazing. That was nice of him to pull over for me, wasn't it? So, 1/4 mile, we're going to turn left at the stop sign. To be way out in the middle of no flippin' where here. Ugh. Holy crapola, Batman. Nothing that way, nothing this way. Hang on. Here we go. Okay, 5.8 miles to Calpatria. This is like the worst idea I've ever had. Well, one of them. Yeah, like I said, I really wanted to have some time to look around out here. But, such as it is. I thought for a second about grabbing a motel room at that last little town we came through. I saw what looked like a satisfactorily cheap motel, but oh well. We'll see. Oh, I hate rumble strips. Not bad enough to stay behind him, though. Anybody see anything? I see nothing. I heard there's a pseudo bed and breakfast type place out here. You know, kind of like an Airbnb. I'm not quite sure what the setup is. I didn't check into that. But yeah, so we'll be there in just a few minutes and get our picture. Hopefully get out of Dodge before the sun slams down over the west. Yeah, the sun comes down and it goes down in the west. Oh, look at all those cows. Poor things. Surprisingly enough, it doesn't smell terrible out here. Usually when you have a feedlot, they really smell. Oh, okay, now we're getting it. Oh, definitely now we're getting it. Woo! Shit. Is he? Is he? Is he?
This is voice over Gmod talking to you over the sound of the bike. I just always think it's interesting. Out in the middle of nowhere, going on and on forever, it seems like. It does. I mean, it's hard to convey to you at home watching this video the vast nothingness of, well, you know, the nothing that you go through day after day after day on a cross-country trip through some of the parts of America where there's not a lot to see or do or think about other than the thoughts in your own head. And I had a lot of those on this trip to Forgotten Angels last year, and it was so enjoyable. I can't wait to do it again. And this is where I'm just starting to realize, oh, things might have not gone well with my route calculations. And joyfully enough, about this time is when my buddy Paco decided that he was going to find me a motel for the night. Unfortunately, it meant that I had to go back on my route the next morning, but it was well worth it not to get stuck out in the middle of nowhere after dark. There's a lot of nowhere after dark down in this area, and it was really hot. But anyway, hang in there, people. Yeah. We're just now rolling into Calpatria, and like I said, at which point I'm realizing that my calculations from the route that morning didn't quite go as planned. So, yeah, I stopped at a gas station here to regroup myself just a little bit, have a snack, and figure out what I was doing for the night, which turned out to be hustling it back to Browley after dark. Browley is a nearby little town just by the border. I'd been there before, so I knew that I liked Browley and it was easily achievable. And yes, I know I'm on my phone and I'm riding, but look at that, there's no traffic out there, so there was really not a lot of risk. Paco Pete was working the phone trying to find me a place to lay my head for the night that I could afford. Man, that was so nice of him, because to try and do that while you're riding is really difficult. And that seemed to be a trend that we started that night, which carried on for the rest of the trip across country. When it would be late at night and I had a lot of miles on me, Paco was very helpful as far as finding me a place, and even going so far as to try to find me a low-crime neighborhood, which, yeah, that was great. What do you think about when you're traveling cross-country on your bike? Some of the stuff that I always thought about, and I recorded a lot of it, was the people that I met at the last stop and their names, so I'd remember if I ever put a video together about it. I would talk about the town I was just in, or if I happened to be pulled over by somebody with blue and red lights on top of their car, I'd talk a little bit about that stop. But yeah, right now we're just going into Browley, like I said earlier. But some of the other things I think about while I'm riding are just things I want to do to my bike, or, you know, stuff I got to remember to do when I get home, or things that I want to remember to look up when I get stopped somewhere, little things I need to remember to do to the bike with my gear before I take off the next morning. That's always helpful to try to remember too, because, you know, there's no pen and paper on top of my bike when I'm rolling down the road. Yep. And those hippo hands I've got on my bike, more people were amazed by those things once I got down to Florida. And I mean, they thought they were bug catchers down there, which, I mean, they probably saved me quite a few bugs, but when I was coming home, they saved me quite a bit of cold weather on my hands, so that was nice too. I'm going to be setting up the Road King with some proper guards so that I can put the hippo hand things on and off when I need them in the winter. So now, let's try a little bit of music, okay?
auto battery status.
But yeah, and I'm sorry, it was late at night here. I didn't have much to say. So here I am yet again doing a voiceover. Sorry about that. I'm pretty sure at the end here I forget to turn my camera off. So you're going to get treated to an upside down view of the world according to my helmet cam. Yeah. And look at me forgetting to stop at the grocery store to get me food too. Can you guess what I had for dinner that night? Yeah, that's right. Rice, nori, butter, and some stuff out of the vending machines. Yeah, but it was a great night after a long day. Had a blast. Got up the next morning, hit Salvation Mountain. And anyway, people, if you've enjoyed this, please feel free to hit the like and leave me a comment. And share with your friends and share with your enemies. You can tell them, hey, look at what this idiot's out here doing. Yeah, because I am. I'd actually stayed at this motel before with a friend of mine a couple years ago, so I knew it was a decent motel. Yep, and they treated me real good again this time too. Whoa, gosh, I hope that doesn't make you as dizzy as it just made me. But anyway, like I said, yeah, until next time, that's me, Lila, G-Ma Rides, looking at the world from an upside down perspective. I hope you enjoy this well enough to subscribe if you haven't done so yet. It helps a lot with the YouTube algorithm, so they tell me. And if you hit the bell, then you'll get notified every time I put new content out, which I try to be consistent about, but I'm kind of busy riding right now, trying to get those last little bits of summertime in. And I've got a couple of trips planned. And then there's that turkey ride next week for Bash that I'm going to be doing too, the food bank that I volunteer at up here. So if you're not doing anything, come on down next week to Bash, and on Saturday, you can come do the turkey ride with us. We've got a lot of really cool raffle prizes, including some stuff from Indy Ridge and Easy Street Custom Cycles here in Parkland. Yep, anyway, my time is running out, and so here we go. Oh, wow, that really is still an upside-down view, isn't it? Sorry, people. I'll work at trying to fix that next time, okay? Okay, bye.